Okay, let's unpack this. What if the real secret to, not just getting ahead at work, but actually feeling good about your career?
Hmm.
What if it isn't about grinding harder or staying constantly online?
Hmm.
What if it's like the exact opposite?
Doing less to achieve more, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the counterintuitive idea we're really digging into today.
Right.
This whole deep dive is about how strategically disconnecting uh, digitally can become this kind of ultimate unfair advantage,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
peak performance and just well-being.
Yeah. That balance is key.
We've gathered quite a bit of material research articles, some real-world stories too, and we want to explore this idea of the silent saboteur, this constant connectivity,
Okay.
and then look at the science behind unplugging, the benefits,
Hmm.
and finally give you some really practical ways to, actually do this, starting today.
Sounds good. Where do we start? The problem itself.
Yeah, let's kick off there. This idea that being always connected, which we're sort of told is vital for success,
Hmm.
maybe it's actually undermining our focus, our productivity.
It absolutely can. We often talk about it as the silent saboteur.
Right. So what's really going on in our brains when we're just constantly pinged? Is there a deeper cost we're maybe missing?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it, how we've bought into this myth of multitasking.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
The reality is those constant notifications, they don't just interrupt you for a second, they shatter that deep work state, that creative flow.
They really pull you out.
Completely. They force your brain to constantly switch attention. And research shows this context switching can slash your productivity by, well, up to 40%.
40%, that's huge.
It is. And it's not just the moment you lose to the notification itself. It's the cognitive cost, the time it takes to get back into that deep focus again.
All right. The reentry time.
Exactly. It can often take, 20 minutes or even more to fully re-engage with something complex, so you build up the sort of mental debt throughout the day.
A mental debt. I like that framing.
Yeah.
So every single ping, every alert, it's not just annoying, it's actually training our brains
Ah,
for distraction.
yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
It reinforces distraction pathways, not concentration pathways.
Yeah.
We're basically building these almost addiction-like patterns that fundamentally undermine our ability to sustain focus.
Wow. Okay, so if we zoom out, what does this look like in like real numbers for the average person working?
The numbers are pretty staggering, actually. When you quantify it, the average professional loses something like 2.1 hours every day just to digital interruptions.
2.1 hours daily.
Daily. Think
Yeah.
about that over a year. That's over 500 hours.
Good grief.
500 hours of potential deep work, creative thinking, problem solving, just gone, vanishing into the, digital noise.
500 hours. That really puts it into perspective. That's
Yeah.
a massive amount of potential just evaporating.
Right.
Okay, so we've identified this silent saboteur.
Yeah.
What happens then when we actually do disconnect? How do we start like reclaiming our brain from all this noise?
That's the crucial next step, right?
Mm.
Moving from the problem to the solution. And when we intentionally step away, the science is incredibly clear. It's quite remarkable. Digital breaks give your cognitive functions a significant boost. There's research from Stanford, for instance, indicating improvements of up to 30% in things like memory recall, problem-solving ability, even decision-making.
30% just from taking breaks.
Strategic breaks, yes. It's like giving your brain the space it needs to reset, to consolidate information, make clearer connections. It's not just downtime, it's productive downtime.
Okay, so our brains get a refresh, become more efficient. What about creativity? Does this digital quiet do something for, sparking those bigger, more innovative ideas?
Absolutely. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Mhm.
When we allow our minds to wander, during those moments of boredom or free thought, the moments we usually try to fill by grabbing our phone.
Right, the default scroll.
Exactly.
Right.
When we resist that, we actually activate the brain's default mode network. And this isn't your brain being lazy, it's actively processing in the background.
So it's working even when we don't feel like we're working.
Precisely. It's forming connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, memories, things your focused mind might miss. That's where those genuine aha moments often come from, those fresh perspectives. It needs that unstructured time.
That makes so much sense. And thinking about, our overall well-being, this constant, always-on feeling definitely feels stressful. Does intentionally disconnecting help with that? with stress levels and mental health.
Oh, tremendously. It's directly linked. When you step away from the constant digital stream, you escape that comparison trap often found on social media,
Yeah, definitely.
and you break free from that pressure to be always on, always available. This significantly lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone. It leads to better overall mental health, a greater sense of calm. It's a really powerful tool for just feeling better.
Okay, so the benefits are clear. Better focus, more creativity, less stress. We get the problem, we see the upside.
Right.
Now, the practicalities.
Right. How do we actually do it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a demanding job, it can feel almost impossible. So let's talk strategy. What are some practical approaches people can actually start using?
Okay, one really foundational method is what some call the focused sprint.
Focus sprint. Okay.
The idea is to implement these dedicated blocks of time, say 90 minutes, where you are completely device-free.
90 minutes straight, no phone, no email.
That's the ideal, yes.
Yeah.
To make it work, you have to be quite intentional, like physically put your phone in another room, close your email client completely, maybe even use website blockers if you need to.
Create a real digital fortress for that time.
Exactly, a sanctuary for deep work. That's the goal.
Okay. That makes sense for focused work blocks.
Yeah.
What about the rest of the day? It can't all be sprints.
No, absolutely not. Beyond sprints, it's about designing your digital boundaries more broadly, creating a personal communication policy, if you will.
A policy. Like what?
Well, for example, deciding you'll only check and respond to email at specific times, maybe 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. instead of having it constantly open and pinging you.
Right, batching it.
Yes. Or maybe committing to no work Slack messages after 6 p.m. Another simple but powerful one is having phone-free meals. Really being present.
Phone-free meals.
Yeah.
That's a good one. How important is it, though, to, tell your colleagues about this so they don't just think you're ignoring them?
Oh, that's absolutely critical. Communication is key. You can't just set these boundaries in a
Yeah.
vacuum. You need to let your team members know, hey, I'm focusing deeply between 9 and 10:30. I'll check messages after that, or I generally don't check email after 7 p.m. It sets expectations.
And builds respect for that focused time, hopefully.
Exactly. And then there's another powerful strategy, the weekend reset.
What's that?
This involves taking a longer digital break, maybe a 24-hour digital sabbatical each weekend.
A whole day. Wow.
You can start smaller, maybe just Sunday mornings to begin with, and see how it feels. Then perhaps extend it. The key is to consciously replace that screen time with something else. Getting out in nature, reading a physical book, having real conversations, pursuing a hobby, anything that disconnects you from the digital stream and reconnects you with the physical world or yourself.
Okay, those are great strategies. Focused sprints, boundaries, weekend resets. And you mentioned earlier, these aren't just theories. They lead to real changes.
Oh, absolutely. The transformations can be quite profound and often in ways people don't expect. We've seen some really compelling examples.
Yeah. Tell us about some.
Okay, so there was Sarah. She's a marketing director. She started implementing device-free mornings, just that one change.
Yeah.
Her creative campaign output increased by 40%. 40! And because her ideas were more innovative, her client retention actually went up by 25%. Her brain just had the space it needed.
Wow, that's a direct business impact.
Huge impact. Then there's James, a software engineer. He adopted the focus sprint method quite rigorously.
Okay.
His bug rate, it dropped by 62%. 62. And what's really interesting is he started completing complex projects 3 days ahead of schedule, on average.
Ahead of schedule while working? Less overall. Or just more focused.
More focused, which often meant fewer total hours needed. His work became much more precise and efficient.
Incredible.
Any others?
Yes, one more, Elena. She's a financial advisor. She started doing weekend digital detoxes pretty regularly.
And for her?
She found it led to significantly better client relationships. Her referrals actually increased by 30%. She felt, and her clients reported, that she was just more present, more empathetic in their meetings, really listening.
That's fascinating. It's not just about raw output then.
Not at all.
These stories show it goes way beyond just, ticking off more tasks. It's fostering better connections, leading to more fulfilling personal lives too.
Exactly, and that creates the foundation for truly sustainable career success. You're showing up better as a more whole person, more present, more engaged, more innovative.
Okay, this is really compelling. So if someone listening is feeling that pull, that desire to reclaim some focus, maybe spark some creativity, how do they start? Like right now, today?
Yeah, let's make it super actionable. We've got a sort of blueprint, right? A way to begin immediately.
Absolutely. Step 1, identify your digital distractions.
Okay.
Use a screen time app. Most phones have them built in now. Just take an honest look at where your time is actually going online.
Right. Get the data.
Get the data, then pinpoint your top, say, 3 time wasters. Is it a specific app? Endless news scrolling. And make a specific plan to limit or even cut one out.
Okay, identify the culprits. Step 1. What's next?
Step 2, schedule your first micro detox. Don't overthink it. Just block out maybe 90 minutes, tomorrow morning perhaps.
For a focused sprint.
Exactly. Turn off all the notifications, put the phone in another room, seriously, and dedicate that time entirely to your single most important task for the day. Just try it once.
Okay, schedule it and commit. 90 minutes. Then what?
Step 3, build accountability. This is really helpful.
Oh,
Share your commitment with someone, a colleague you trust, a friend, your partner. Just say, hey, I'm trying to work on my digital focus.
bring someone else in.
Yeah. Maybe check in weekly. Talk about the challenges, celebrate the small wins. Having someone else know you're doing this can make a huge difference in sticking with it as you build the habit.
Identify, schedule, accountability. That sounds like a clear starting point.
It's manageable, right? Small steps.
Definitely. So we've covered a lot. We've seen how this strategic disconnection, it's not just some wellness trend. It's really a powerful science-backed way to get your focus back, boost creativity, and genuinely improve your professional game.
Yeah, it's about working smarter, not just harder or longer.
Exactly. But thinking beyond just the productivity boost, here's something to maybe leave you with.
Hmm.
How might integrating these kinds of digital breaks, these moments of disconnection, how might that truly transform your relationships, both at work and outside of it, and maybe lead to a more, profoundly fulfilling personal life,
Yeah.
creating that solid foundation for success that lasts?